Good afternoon, everybody. I call this press conference because now the general election is formally launched. Nominations were completed this morning. 82 seats out of 87 were contested. No surprises. Many more contests than in previous elections, many elections. I think it reflects some of the changes which we made to the Constitution and the parliamentary election scheme 2 years ago, which has encouraged more opposition members to come out, but also it reflects passage of time and changes in our society, more people wanting to have their voices heard and to participate in the political process. I think it is good that many seats are contested. Firstly, voters will have a chance to vote, and that's a very important right of the democratic process. Secondly, I think it focuses the issue of what this election is about, and that is to choose the next government of Singapore. To choose the government of Singapore which will bring the country, the people forward. It's not a by-election effect, it's not a local argument, but when you're voting, you're choosing the government for the whole country for the next 5 years. And with implications which will go way beyond the next 5 years, because we're also talking about leadership succession, which I have explained before. The PAP will campaign on our slogan, which is securing our future together. We've come through the last 5 years well. They have been tumultuous years. It could have turned out very differently, but we've come through not only unscathed but strengthened. Question is now, how do we secure for our people similar security, stability, prosperity, progress for the next 5 years and beyond? And we've got programs and agendas in the PAP manifesto to deal with this. People say, well, those are jobs which are only to be expected of governments to do. But in fact, these are things which cannot easily be taken for granted and which we have decided should be our priorities after considering very carefully what people are concerned about and what Singaporeans really aspire to for themselves and for their children. They are concerned about cost of living. They want a better life. To tackle that, well, we've got growth and grow and share packages, but you also need growth so that you can share. You need economic growth, you need development, you need programs which will bring in investments and jobs. People want their children to do well, and they are convinced that the way for their children to do well is to be well educated, to emphasize studying, learn something, get ahead in school. And we agree with them that that's the way forward. And therefore, education is one of the big items in our manifesto. And a big program for the PAP government, this one and the next one, and I think for many after that. People are concerned, what if I'm left behind? I may have no skills, I may be poorly paid, the economy may grow, will I be part of it? And I think that's a legitimate concern because you can see the problems in many countries where segments of the population get left behind while the economy grows. And so we've got programs to address the low income, whether it's workfare, whether it's grants to buy HDB flats, whether it's training programs to upgrade them. And so on with housing and so on with other long-term issues which we have to worry about, like the aging population and taking care of our seniors. But the master key to all these programs is the politics of it. And the politics of it is, how do we involve Singaporeans of all views, many views and all walks of life in this joint enterprise to build tomorrow for us all? And that means opening avenues for participation, encouraging debate, finding ways to develop a consensus and generate new ideas which are better than the ones which we started off with. Finding ways to overcome conflicts which must arise on issues in any society, and to make trade-offs, because to govern is to choose, and when you're choosing, you're never choosing all pluses. You have to choose which pluses you take and which minuses you accept. And these are things which we'd like to do because we think these are the things which will make a difference to Singaporeans. And to make sure that we can do that, you need a good government, and you need a capable team, and you need a capable team for the day after tomorrow. And that is what succession is about. And that's why we've made such a big issue of bringing in good new candidates to offer to Singaporeans in this election. I'm sure there'll be other issues which will come up during the election over the next 9 days, and we will deal with them as they arise. But I thought that at the beginning of the process, we should sit down seriously, before everybody has got too excited, what we think are the big things to have in mind. So whatever other hares you may chase and scurry after, we don't lose our bearings, and we keep firmly at the front of our collective focus what this election should do to assure our future and, in fact, to secure our future together.